Today is January 13th, 2026. It is 5:30 a.m. I was trying to finish editing whatever I recorded yesterday, and I'm almost done, but I will be waking up my kids in a few minutes, and I will not have anything to edit while they're doing their things, and then before I do my other things. So I want to record some stuff. I quickly put a list together. All right, it's not that much. Let me see, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, about 7 of them. Let's go on Twitter. This is on the list, but it's further down. Okay, I don't know if anybody else is keeping up with the avalanche of articles about the Sussex's potential return to the UK, but they are absolutely losing it. It's actually funny. Like, this article is just several paragraphs snarking about what Meghan might do when she returned to the UK. It's obviously tongue-in-cheek, but still, get a grip. All right, let's see here. The Sussexes are coming, and the full-on Meghan experience. Friends of the couple are suggesting the Duchess of Sussex might visit Britain this summer. Here's what to expect. Sunday, January 11th. So that was 2 days ago. Alright, on the fashion upstaging front, it's hard to treat. Okay, on the fashion upstaging front, it's hard to treat on Princess Wales to. Okay, you could read this. They put Harry and Meghan names first so they could talk nonsense about the others. Alright, you could pause and read that. I literally just saw it and I put it on the list, but you could see the thing. They're using the, what do you call this, Harry's security, the review that he might. They didn't even come with the conclusion that he's gonna get the security, but they did the whatever steps that need to be done to review to see if he needs it. But the final say if he's gonna get it, they never said it. So they're using that to create all sort of nonsense. I don't know where this article come from. Maybe I do. Where is that? The Times. Okay, they use that about heavy security as a forefront to create this narrative that they might come back, and then they use that once you click on it and you start hearing nonsense about the leftovers that nobody cares about. Now, I haven't really been online that much. Let me see if they have the result, if Harry's gonna receive the his security. So this is what I typed. The UK government has given Prince Harry his security he asked for. The answer is no. Alright, you could pause and read the rest. Now let's add to it. Did the UK government has given Prince Harry the security after the review? The security after the review. Let's put 2026. Was it early this year or last year? The days are going so fast. Okay, so maybe it's a yes. When was that? Okay, yes. Recent report. Nah. When they're saying recent report, it's not actual. I want to hear that they say, yes, the government has given it. Okay, yes, recent report in early January 2026 indicate that the UK government, following a new risk assessment by RAVIC, that's the word I was looking for, risk assessment, has concluded that Prince Harry now qualify. Okay, that's the thing. He is qualified for taxpayers funded security when visiting the UK, marking a significant shift after his year-long legal battle. Those sources suggest is now a near certain formality for official reinstatement. They haven't given it to him yet, but the risk assessment said yes, he does need it.
But there were many serious, credible threats against Meghan, were there, emanating from the far right?
Absolutely. If you'd seen the stuff that was written and you were receiving it, the kind of rhetoric that's online, if you don't know what I know, you would feel under threat all of the time.
So you were convinced that there was a genuine threat to Meghan's life on on more than one occasion, on several occasions?
We had teams investigating it. People have been prosecuted for those.
But did they give it to him? Okay, let's say after 20 assessment by RAVIC. Let's put that. After, that's the word. risk assessment by RAVIC 2026. I have to put the year because, okay, yes, recent report and early January, it's saying the same thing. All right, we don't know. I don't know. At least this is not telling me. Key development, new assessment after heavy request a review. Okay, we don't know. All right, so put a question mark on this. At least this is not telling me, because they keep on saying reports. Reports what? Did the government give it to him? Okay, did the UK government gave, let's put that, gave Prince Harry security, let's remove the security after risk assessment by RAVIC. It's probably gonna say yes, recent report, same thing again. Did the UK government and the royal family, let's put and the royal family, let's add that. Yes, according to numerous January, it's still saying reports. Okay, when did the government come out and say yes, he's getting the security? Okay, they keep on saying reports. So I'm gonna say allegedly. All right. All right. So like I was saying, they're using that about the risk assessment report that they had made public that he might get this security. And then the tabloid just run with different pieces using Harry and Meghan as the forefront to click, and then they write their nonsense about the leftover. That's the way that I'm getting. Okay, it's amusing how the UK media is pretending to take swipe at the Sussex's IG visit as if it's business as usual. Underneath it all, they are breathless with excitement that the thought of being within listening and clicking distance of Meghan. Think of the article they write. That whole, I mean, what do they have? I'm trying to understand. What do they have with writing papers? Isn't there any other thing they could do? Look at Omid, for instance. He has used his ability to write books and he made millions. If not, I don't know how much he made, but I know he made tons of money from those two books. I don't know what other books he had written. The End Game and Finding Freedom. Those two alone made him a good chunk of money. Can these people, actually they have, the Royals have. They have written books, but their books are full of lies. I don't understand these people. Their books are full of lies. Now, some of you might say, well, Omid wrote some stuff that wasn't true. I spoke about many discrepancies that had happened to Omid's book. The first one, Finding Freedom, Omid had sent, I believe, a list of questions for Meghan to respond. And I think Meghan had responded to it, but the person who Meghan had trusted, who was working at, I don't know if he's still working for William, okay, what's his name? Is it Simon Case or what's the guy name? Just look on the screen. Either Simon Case or Jason Kunoff to give the information to Omid. I believe, this is where I answered my opinion here. I believe someone higher up, William, intercept that information and then change Meghan's answers. This is what I believe. I do not have any proof, but because the response did not go directly between Meghan and Omid, it went through Meghan to Jason, and then someone intercepted from there, changed Meghan's response, and then give it to Omid, and then the false information was written in the book. Now, what I like about Omid, he stood by his truth, because that's what the palace had given him. And then the same thing was done regarding the lawsuit. The other one claimed he had a say and Meghan's letter, co-author and stuff like that. When it's time for him to clear and get his portion of the settlement, okay, he didn't show up. Now, The second book, the end game, what they did. Okay, I think Omid had the truth throughout. Someone, and was it? Is it Netherlands or something like that? Just look on the screen. I'll put the screenshot of what I have. Intercept changed portion of his book only in one language, because the book was translated in multiple languages. But that specific language, they claim something about the kids can't color. All right, only that book. But what I'm trying to say is that Omid has done his part in writing his truth, but they try to discredit him because he didn't fall in line with the other royal rats who keeps on lying lies about lies for no apparent reason. If they're so obsessed with lies, why don't they write about movies? Because people, if it's not a documentary, you could write anything about movies, because movies are not supposed to be real. Why don't they do that? Or fan fiction books or whatever, but they're making their books as if it is the facts, autobiographies full of lies. I don't understand these people. Oh my Lord, they're so obsessed in writing lies. I don't know. My God, these people are evil. All right, let's pause this. I didn't see a single post until other posts about it. I'm just doing best not to share that dumb fiction. All right, they wish. That's an ad. All right, let's go to the next one. I block a lot of them. If it's the squad I don't follow who's sharing it, I will not know. All right. Sometimes it's good and bad. It depends on how you see it. All right. I made sure not to follow the royal rats, so I don't get their things. But sometimes, like this one, you highlight this, I will share my perspective of what their intent, in my humble opinion, of their intent is. So at least if some people happen to read it and think it's true or whatever it is that they're trying to do, at least I could give you my perspective why I believe it's a lie. And then you make your own conclusion. The internet is there. You could do your further research like I usually do while I'm recording. Go on Google to back up some of my claim. But these people are full of lies for no freaking reason. With the only exception I could think of is for the future. So when our great-grandkids are reading about Harry and Meghan because they dislike, the institution dislike Harry and Meghan for telling the truth, they want to make sure to smear their name in a negative way. The same way they tried to do with Princess Diana. Till this day, Princess Diana, we could understand why she did some of the things that she did, and her truth remained the truth, no matter what the leftovers tried to do to smear her name. Princess Diana's name remained to be truth. And we could see the stupidity, the dirtiest of the dirty things that the royal family stand for. Pedophile, all anything negative. Anyway, let's move on. Next tweet. Oh my Lord, these people are freaking ridiculous. Alright. So the leaking begins. Leaking of Harry's intended visit. How is Harry's security in the UK making any visit safer? If UK media, that's the point that they're trying to do. Start boiling people's blood to be in the negativity. This is the thing that these people are trying to do. And then the thing is that they don't want Meghan to be back in the UK because of the popularity kind of thing. So all of this is their intent. There's so many things I want to say, but I do not want to give ideas. So the leaking begins. Leaking of Harry's intended visit. How is Harry's security in the UK making any visit safer? If UK media is going to announce any visit in advance of any official announcement from the government, he's not a working royal, so trips will be coordinated with government. That's the thing. They want to know when Harry's gonna be there. That 28 days notice that Harry refused to give them, and then by having that I just looked, they haven't given him that security yet. Maybe there is some sort of discussion behind the scene to to know when Harry's gonna come and how they're gonna keep it a secret or something like that. I don't know. That's what I would assume. Harry does not want to give them that heads up. Oh my goodness. Okay, what are they saying here? Harry will return to Ukraine this year, and there are other foreign trip planned. They do not know. Did the Sussex's royal tour to Nigeria activate British diplomacy? I can reveal the King and Queen will host Nigeria for a state visit at Mngr in March, the first such visit since 1989. Harry had already put the positive thing view of Nigeria and all that. While Harry and Meghan were going over there, they were trashing Nigeria. They were trashing Nigeria, including Colombia. Oh my God, these people, my God. All right, Harry had to know this will happen. He was born into this crazy. This leaking is not helpful. She's putting Harry's safety at risk in Ukraine. His last visit was only announced when he was leaving. Harry already know. These are things that they're putting out there, thinking that this is what will happen. A visit to Ukraine, a nation at war, is scheduled. Harry has to get permission to go, and like on the last visit, Nika wants her readers to believe she has an inside scoop. Yeah, it's not a leak. It's a procedure. Some Nigerian military officials were denied access to IG-25. Some Nigerian military officials were denied access to 25. Okay, I'm not aware of that. Let's put allegedly. Touring a foreign country promoting your international charity or humanitarian effort has zero to do with the royals. It's not a royal anything. Yeah, like Meghan used to do. Angela Jolie takes note as she speaks with Syrian refugees in Jordanian military camp based near the Syrian-Jordan border on June 18, 2013. She tagged the person, and you all say Harry and Meghan do the leaking. That's a very good point. Next tweet. Crisis management. The video that I'm editing has to do with crisis management. All right, let's pause. A crisis manager, you say? I thought he was the most bestest, most liked person in the world, beating out even an American president. Don't let facts get in the way of lying to the gullible royalists. I wish they would allow the Windsors to go into hiding like they want to, and the rest of us alone. This crisis falls on himself. He is not living his truth. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about these people. They are not living their truth. Like I've said in the past, when I first started looking into Harry and Meghan, it's like every day they get up, they have to defend. Why? I don't. And not only defend, and also poking. They're poking at people who's minding their own business, is creating them to every day they have to defend. I really don't understand these people at all. They're really not living life the way life's supposed to be. Next week, imagine hoping for her to fail, all because she left people intent on her having the same fate as her mother-in-law. Y'all better understand this woman is God protected. It's your fave who fell even while popping up by a country's media machine, all while doing less than their elders. Exactly. They very nearly succeeded in her taking her own life. Yeah, that's true. A ruthless clan. But thank God Harry loved his wife dearly, and her love for him stopped her breaking his heart, as he had already lost his mother. Even in Meghan's death of despair, she thought of Harry before herself. That's a good way of putting it. Yep. So the only thing keeping the leftovers left behind royal family afloat is the nasty British media and newspapers, because let's face it, without them, that ship will have sunk a while ago, and especially when the late Queen passed. The thing is that Charles had invited the papers into his personal life, things that he's doing in the background, and which made him independent of the papers to keep a blind eye on his private life. The nasty stuff, okay? Things that you don't want people to know. But if he had keeping these people at bay, don't get into my private stuff, and just do the public things, whatever the public things need to be done, he would have been fine.
I mean, all I could say is that I mean, there is no truth in so much of this speculation. And Mrs. Barker-Bowles is a great friend of mine. I have a large number of friends. I'm terribly lucky to have so many friends who I think are wonderful and make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
Even if they write negative things, at least he had the right to sue them and say, where did you get this information? I didn't do that, and things like that. But he invited them in and allowed the papers to have things to hold against him.
I walk into the house and stick my hand out to Camilla for the first time and think she would have got over that. We were all upstairs and I was chatting away and I suddenly noticed that there was no Camilla, no Charles upstairs. So this disturbs me. So I make my way to go downstairs again. I know what I'm going to confront myself with. Try and stop me from going downstairs. Then I don't go down there. I just go and find my husband. I go downstairs and there's a very happy little threesome going on downstairs. Camilla, Charles and some other man who I didn't know, chatting away. So I thought, right, this is your moment. So I went and sat down, joined in the conversation as though we were best friends. And I said, Camilla, I'd love to have a word with you if possible. And she looked really uncomfortable, put her head down. She said, oh yes, right. And I said to the two men, okay boys, we'll just have a quick word with Camilla and I'll be up in a minute. And they shot upstairs like chickens with no heads. And I could feel upstairs all hell breaking loose. What was she going to do? So I said, Camilla, you'd like to sit down. So we sat down, and I was terrified of her. And I said, Camilla, I'd just like you to know that I know exactly what's going on. And she said, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, I know what's going on between you and Charles, and I just want you to know that. And she said to me, very interesting, she said to me, you've got everything you've ever wanted. All the men in the world fall in love with you. You've got two beautiful children, what more would you want? And I didn't believe what she said anyway. So I said, I want my husband. And she said, well, and she looked down the whole time. I said to Camilla, I'm sorry I'm in the way. I obviously am in the way. And it must be hell for both of you. But I didn't know what's going on, don't you know? In the car on the way back, my husband was over me like a bad rash. I cried like I've never cried before. It was anger. It was 7 years of pent-up anger coming out. Cried. I didn't sleep that night. And the next morning I woke up.
And the worst thing is, he trained William to let the papers in as well. I have a long story regarding Charles getting the paper in, but I don't want to go into it. I'm just summarizing it. So you see, Harvey keep that separation between private and public.
Chance my arm with a cheeky question. A bit like your mother, you are pursued every minute of every day by lots of people trying to take photographs, videoing, recording what you're saying, pushing. How can you possibly have a private life?
Cheeky question. You're right, that is a cheeky question. But Andrew, to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymore, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and I hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well. Everyone has a right to their privacy, and a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary. I hope that people get to see me here in this Invictus role, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
When he's out there doing public things, hey, you could take pictures as much as you want. His private life, keep it private. But the problem that Harry have is that the two top people who will be the future at that time, before Charles became king, the future monarchs had power over him, and then they use Harry's privacy, some of his private stuff, and hand it to the papers. This is the backstabbing, in my humble opinion. And then, in a way, if you look at it, they release all sort of private stuff about Harry. Now that Harry has a family, he doesn't give a shit. But what he did, he took all the fault and save his kids, remove his kids, even though the brother kicked him out. And I think if he was living in the UK, he would still kept that private, his kids things private. But now him being in the US, the papers don't have anything to say about his kids' privacy. So they don't have anything to hold against him. And I hope he's teaching his kids about that. Be careful who you let in your circle. Because there could be friends who could be selling stuff easily for cheap, a few bucks and things like that. And then when you're around people, just be mindful of your surrounding. It's very sad. This is why I don't want to be a celebrity and things like that. You just have to be very careful. If you do it, be humane about it. And take the blame the moment it comes. Don't try to keep it a secret. If it's an accident, it's an accident. Let it be known it's an accident. You're sorry. You want to move on. Because if you don't solve the issue at the moment, people's going to try to use it against you. Just be respectful to others. Don't do things to people that you will not want people to do to you. So wherever you are, you could behave your true selves, and people will not have anything to use against you. But the royal family, what they do is so nasty. They know it's nasty. They still do it. And then people have things against them. And this is why every day they have to defend. And in order to shift the lenses away from them, they have to use someone else. And then once they do that, using someone else, it creates another problem where they have to defend eventually. It's so messed up. Unbelievable. They don't know that she's not only human back, she's got the ancestors behind her too. That's a very good point. All right, let's go to the next one. I have two more. I don't want this video to be long. Okay, depending on how much I say. 5 minutes before I wake the kids up. I don't think Harry's asked Charles to open the Invictus game. I think this is a story made up by the British media. Yeah, everything that they've been writing is just nonsense. I don't know if you realize I haven't really posted that much on my community, but because the things are so silly. Maybe once or twice I'll post some silly stuff about the squad. Some Sussex related lies in 2026 by UK press. One, Prince Harry got his security back. You see, I was just looking at that. Okay, he didn't get it back. This is why I said put a question mark, because I don't see it. They keep on saying sources, or what did they say here? I still have it. According to numerous reports, okay, this is what they're saying. Reports that haven't been made public. All right, 1, Prince Harry got his security back. 2, Meghan is going to UK in July. 3, Charles is offering Highgrove as a place for Harry and Meghan to stay. 4, okay, I haven't come across any of these. All right, 4, Prince Harry has asked Charles to open IG-27. Okay, so the tabloid is running wild with just about the security. Okay, let's see, there's one response under it. Yep, this is why I like to check whatever I said. I literally just checked this. I was like, he didn't get it back, even though I'm not on Twitter all the time. But sometimes things come out, I don't know. There's Google. Oh my goodness. I've been saying the same thing. Or Camilla. All Invictus Games have been opened by head of state. So Invictus Games will ask him and Charles will attend. Okay. Whatever. I don't know. So it's protocol. Well, maybe the Prime Minister could open it. Charles doesn't have to be. Or the mayor of the area Because from my understanding, the area where, is it Birmingham or something like that, there were issues, financial issues with Birmingham. Let's look it up. Because that's what I remember the last time, since what, last year. How do you spell it? Birmingham and the UK. I want to make sure. I don't know what other place that has Birmingham. Does Birmingham and the UK has financial problems? Because I literally highlight this. It seems like it was a man-made situation, similar to the US, the nonsense that's going on in the US, man-made, and then they created as a reason for Birmingham to host Invictus. Meanwhile, the Commonwealth game had issues. Other places did not want to host it, but for some reason, their eye were on Invictus. I highlighted in some past videos. All right, let's see here. Financial problems. Okay, there it is. I'm from the US. How did I know? Okay, yes, Birmingham City Council declared itself effectively bankrupt in September 2023 due to massive budget deficit, primarily from a huge eco-pay claim and a failed IT system. You could look more into it. I know I highlighted in some past videos. I felt like it was a man-made thing, so they could have a reason to host the Invictus and whatever other ideas they have for Harry to be in the UK. Okay? And that was one of the reasons I was like, I do not, like I have the power. I did not like that either the US, at that time, Biden was in office, the US was looking very good. I did not want the US to host it, and I did not want the UK to host it. I wanted South Korea to host it. Okay? Because there were some issues where many Asian cultures did not take acceptance of people with disabilities. Meanwhile, they had a lot of veterans who were disabled, and I thought that would be a good idea to open the Asian culture's eyes to see that disabled people could still function. That was my reason. Okay? But the UK created all those debacles to have the UK. That was my perspective, my humble opinion. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. Let's go back. I need to finish. All right, so this is all the thing they highlight. The tabloid in the UK is making up. I've been saying the same thing, or Camilla. All Invictus Games have been opened by head of state, so Invictus Game will ask him and Charles will attend. Alright, so it's protocol and not a special request for Charles. Once again, the British media are making a mountain out of a molehill. Okay, I don't know. The Prime Minister could show up. Charles doesn't have to. When Invictus, two Invictuses, the Netherlands, the German, a lot of elected officials did not come and say anything positive about the, what do you call this, the participant. All right, forget about Harry, but the participant, to back them up, cheer for them or something, they did not. And also last year, the IG in Canada, I was just talking about it in my last recording, is that they did not even air it. They, I think it's ITV something. They gave ITV the right to air the games, where from beginning to end you could see everything. All right, but instead they did something where they did not even, they show a little highlight here and there. The UK, I don't know. All right, whatever's going on in America right now, okay, as negative as it is, I truly believe every country around the world should take a look what is being in display. It's showing you the intent, the barbaric mindset of human being, and how it is going to be solved. Take note. Okay, this is not the first time I'm saying this, because what is happening in the US was written, in my humble opinion, by the UK, gave it to the US to do it, because the UK already have the grip of the people. They don't need to go barbaric like that to the people. They already have them at their fingertip. Now they're displaying what's being done in the US, so other countries could copy it. Alright, I think if it's true, it's a great chess move by Harry. If King Charles III rejects them, he's publicly rejecting his own veterans and making them suffer. It's guaranteed the level of security needed to keep Harry and Meghan, if she comes, safe. If King Charles III participates, he leaves off the press. Okay, I've been told it's protocol for the head of state to open the games. Thus, I don't think any special requests are being made by Harry. Yeah, if it was discussed at all, it was most probably put to Prince Harry's team when they met the representative of his Watchman of a King Dad to him when they were in UK, or it was put to Prince Harry when he met his dad in September 2025. He will have given an answer until his own security is sorted. Yeah, and for all we know, the Watchman of a King Dad to one of his sons, Prince Harry, asked Prince Harry if he can open the games, or the UK government asked on his behalf, because it would look strange if he then opened the games, because he is the head of the armed forces. Yes, the king currently, King Charles III, is the head of armed forces. Okay, I'm trying to hurry up. I need to wake up the kids. And Commander-in-Chief of the British military, holding supreme authority, though practical control rests with Parliament and the government, while the king maintains symbolic and ceremonial roles, honorary ranks, and personal affiliation with regiment, as the arms existence depend on annual parliamentary consent. Alright, whatever is there. I agree, King Charles III only showed up for the first game and blew off everyone's sense. Absolutely. They're trying to manipulate him to do their bidding. Charles has never said how proud he is of Harry, never congratulated the British team, okay, did attend the 10th anniversary service. Center stage is not his place. He can watch on TV. They're acting so weird over events that are still in the planning stage. IG hasn't announced anything regarding event around Birmingham Games yet. They've been doing some commercials. I've shared some of the commercials without any screenshot on our Port of Pew service. Go there. Charles has ignored everything Invictus since the first one. He even ignored the anniversary ceremony that all the Spencers attended. Why not? That is a very good point. Yeah. Harry is the founder of Invictus, not the CEO. The opening and closing ceremony have been consistent throughout the years. The introduction of the nation, Harry's address, and the entertainment are the highlights. Everything else is secondary. If it is anything, he had asked him to at the very least show up while it's being hosted there. He hasn't been bothered to show for years, not even when he was a few miles away. Not a good luck for the king of the wounded military vet. The only one they want to see open the event is Harry. They love him. I do too. I think his brother or the old man himself said it. I'll go with William, trying to draw a wedge between Harry and Charles. I agree with you. I think it's a story made up by the British media to make it seem as if Harry is desperate to have Chuck there. All I have to say is that I hope Harry still maintain control, not to let the tabloid in. If they want to look, they're going to have to pay ticket to sit on the stand. Let me pause and go wake up the kids. Okay, I wake them up. You might hear some noise in the background. It is 6:07. Let's go to my next tweet, and I have one more, and then that's it. This one I posted on my community board. It's not just a raspberry spread, it's the raspberry spread that broke her haters. Let's cry or something. The Derangers need to cry louder. I need to hear their screams from all the way here in Minnesota. There's that. A lot of GIF. Meghan, let's pause this. Meghan needs to start shipping internationally so she can really give them something to cry about. I'm waiting to give her my money. Okay, where are you located at? Okay, I'm in South Africa. I've got a friend who lives in LA. I'll ask her if she can ship some for me. All right, so there's that. As ever more is the tariff thing. I believe that's preventing. I don't know. I'm just saying, as my humble opinion, the tariff thing that I almost said Charles, that Trump is trying to do with businesses, preventing businesses from functioning properly. It's a self-sabotage that's going on in the US. He's intended of doing it. Meanwhile, he has grandkids, and from the daughter's side, both parents, very questionable. Oh my God. There's so much more I was thinking of, but I forgot. Yeah, the tariff thing, preventing Meghan from, I believe, in my humble opinion, from shipping outside. But yeah, no wonder. Just this spread generated $36 million within 8 months. I can imagine the As Ever wine rosé, which sold off before it hit the shelf. Conservatively, the entire As Ever product must have sold nothing less than $400 million within 1 year. We're saying within 1 year, but it's like in months. That's what I'm thinking. Netflix knew what they were doing. She's about to bring in $1 billion in 2026 because the sparkling wine, 100%. That's the life here. Okay, all right. Whatever's here, the next one, that'll be it. Okay, it's so good. In fact, all the As Ever products I've tried are really excellent. My husband tried the cookies and keeps asking me to make more, even though he doesn't usually like cookies. And the wine and rosé, wow, they right up my alley. 10 out of 10, Meghan. I just got my second jar of the orange marmalade Saturday. I panicked when I realized I only have a little left. Buttered toasted croissant with the orange marmalade for breakfast. Yum, yummy, yum. I have 1 jar left. My daughter used half of 1 jar to baste her lamb. It was delicious. I will not open the last jar until restocking is available. Everybody's keeping their jar very secretive. I just tried the raspberry spread for the first time last night and it's great. Again, Sussex, you have a way of emphasizing you are enough. Your gem is gem. You're worthy of happiness. All right, so that's that. This is my last one, and then I'm gonna continue with my editing from yesterday. Okay, spend the first 10 days of 2026 without ordering out and eating healthy homemade meals only. I'm so proud of myself. Yep. Okay, a beautiful start. It really is, and good for my wallet. Good for you. There's that. A good start for 2026. Loving it so far. Well done to you. Okay, so that's pretty much that. Okay, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Oh my God, $169.95. It's going lower. One of the videos I did yesterday or the day before, and I was asking you guys to help support my channel, whichever way you can, PayPal or Cash App. And I was reading one of the comments. One of you said the comment, Cash App, they stole money from your Cash App. I was shocked. I don't know what to say. You have to take care of yourself first before you could help somebody else. So I will truly appreciate it if you guys could donate. But if this is happening, no way. Oh my goodness. Protect yourself out there. All right. So that's it. And thank you for thinking of me, by the way. But obviously, you come first. All right. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.